Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I am Robert Gatewood, your host. We are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good of marketing gospel. We're not saving souls, you're saving businesses, saving jobs, saving our community. Now, if I happen to save a soul along the way, don't hold that against me. We'll just call that icing on the cake. Now, the mission at Marketing Pulpit Show is to build strong businesses in our community so that we can put our people to work. And we do that with business development, job creation, and service. So if you ever find yourself in a business crossroads and not sure which way to turn, just turn on the Marketing Pulpit Show because we're on a mission. The show is broadcast live from the illustrious Radio 1 studio. Welcome to the Marketing Pulpit Show, and I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. And we are here every Friday at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. I'm not here to save your soul. I'm here to save your business. And we do this every Friday at 10:30 a.m. right here on the Marketing Pulpit Show. I am a business developer by trade. I help companies get into the business space. And let me tell you, there's no time like the present. We are facing some challenges right now. You need to get your own. I'm just telling you, these good government jobs, that used to be the creme de la creme. And you don't have to leave your job, but you do need to get something working on the side to make sure that you can be self-sufficient. And so what we are here to do is to show you how to do that. We've been doing this now for 15 years. We started the show over on Radio 1, and we have spread it all over the internet. You can find the show on YouTube, on Instagram. You can find it on LinkedIn. You can find it on Facebook. We are all things Marketing Pulpit. So get out there and share this information, because there's somebody right now who's thinking about going into business and they don't know what to do. They said, should I go to college? Should I take some certification? Should I go to the internet? Well, come right here to the Marketing Pulpit Show. That's what we do. We bring you the information and the resources, because let me tell you, summer rolls around and our kids are looking for work. And I am tired of sending our kids over to other people's neighborhoods to find work. We should be able to do that ourselves. I'm telling you, loading up our fancy cars, going to other neighborhoods, I don't like that. We're going to change that paradigm by building businesses in our community and putting our people to work. Now, I can't do this by myself. It requires people like yourself, the listening audience. We have a great lineup of guests to come on and share valuable information. As a matter of fact, today we're going to have a sharp, erudite young lady, Miss Monica Bounds. She's going to come on and talk about storytelling and voiceover and talent. And so you want to stick around for that. And I'm going to talk about later in the show, we're going to talk about storytelling. What's your story? What is your story? We're going to talk about how you can use storytelling to create success within your business. We're going to talk about how to do it, why it's important, and some of the components of a good story. So hang around today. This is a show you don't want to miss. Feel free to share this information with your friends, people who are in business, and let's get this show rolling. What we also like to do is, this the summer part of this show. It seems like every other week we come on this show, we're talking about somebody who's left us. Here we go again. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm Jamal Warner, born August 18th, 1970 in New Jersey, rose to prominence during the Bill Cosby Show. He earned an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor, and he was named after Malcolm X and jazz pianist Ahmad Jamal. Multi-talented artist, actor, director, musician, poet, producer, and quite a distinguishing career. Tragically, he passed away at the age of 54 on July 20th, drowning over in Costa Rica. Got caught up in a rip current while swimming with his 8-year-old daughter. Man, this is tragic beyond words. So despite the efforts to revive him, he passed away to asphyxiation by submersion. So as part of our ongoing legacy, of the marketing pulpit, and we have honored some greats, many who've gone to join our ancestors. We're going to add Malcolm Jamal Warner to that somewhere directory. And we'd like to dedicate this show to Brother Malcolm. I know we all grew up, many of us grew up watching The Cosby Show. We saw him on Malcolm and Eddie. We saw him on that show with, what's that Diana Ross's daughter name? The show, I think something about the Reeds or something. But anyway, then he started, this guy played music. I saw him on the internet playing a big, a cello or something. I said, this brother had it going on. Gone too soon. Rest in peace, rest in power. Brother Malcolm Jamal Warner. All right, well, let me dry my tears away here and get back to the show. Man, lost Tito. Lost Sly Stone. I mean, this has been a tough year. Man, not Tito. Man, Tito, we were like, my brothers and I, we thought we were the Jackson 5. So when we lost Tito, man, that was like losing a brother. I mean, Michael, of course we lost Michael. But Michael was in another league. But Tito, man, he was just right there with us. So anyway, let me get off this crying bandwagon and get back to the show. Let's talk about, we're going to talk about my topic today. And we're going to bring in my special guest, Monica Bounds. Talk about storytelling. What's your story? Now, if you have a business, you need to have a story. How did it get there? It didn't just spring out of the air. Most businesses start from a story. And telling that story in itself has some magical powers that you may not be capitalizing on. So why is it so special? Am I talking about it? I teach over at the college. I teach digital marketing. I teach PR. I teach social media, networking, marketing strategies. And storytelling is such an important part of many of the classes that I teach. And some of the features, some of the reasons that storytelling is so powerful, it builds that brand identity. It helps define what your brand stands for. And if you haven't latched in or tapped into branding and the power, I mean, marketing is one thing, selling is one thing, but your brand represents who you are, what you stand for, and the promises you make to your customers. Storytelling helps you in that endeavor. Storytelling also creates that emotional bond with your customers. And we know, anybody who's been in sales for a while knows that it's emotions that drive sales. And if you have a complex selling product or a complicated sales cycle, that story simplifies it. You can see it and live it instead of sitting there trying to figure it out. It shows the human side of business, a good story. And by the way, storytelling is a form of content marketing. A good story is better than just quoting dry facts. You tell that story, it jumps off the page, it's relatable. Now, if you're doing any type of marketing, a good story can be used across all of those campaigns, regardless of the type of medium that you're using. And if you have customers out there, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to make it easier for them to become an advocate for you when they have a good story, when you have a good story to tell. And I'm always talking about separating yourself, your unique selling position, your value proposition. A good story is great for that. It helps you stand out, and that's become more and more important now because competition is everywhere. Direct competition, indirect competition. You're competing now against box stores and everything else. So you got to find yourself a niche, and you got to find a way to tell that story to make yourself unique, and relevant to your niche audience. And remember that buying, this story drives buying decisions. So it's a narrative than just buying a product. So you have all these reasons why storytelling, why telling a good story works. Now, how do you implement this? How do you put it into action? Well, you share the story like behind the scenes of your operation. How you got started. How did the process work? You can use customer testimonies and case studies in your story. Social media content loves a good story. And when you create these campaigns, you give them a theme, make it thematic. Not just X's and O's and sales and service. No, themes. So I'm closing up here. Some tips for creating a good and compelling story. One, you need to resonate with your audience. I've been saying this since Buck was a calf. Understand who your audience is. If you don't know, heaven help you. You got to go figure it out. You can't sell to everybody. You're going to waste a lot of money trying to. Key in on that audience. Build that avatar, that profile, customer profile, and let that story resonate with that group. Another component is to make it simple. Don't make it too complicated. Don't try to tell the entire history from the time you walked to school with barefoot in the snow all the way up to the time you are now. Pull out a chapter of it. Tell that part. Make it powerful and compelling. And add structure to your story. We're talking about structure. We're talking about things like characters. The characters might be the customers in the testimony, a plot, and add a happy ending. So these are the components, the elements of a good story. You put all these things together, and you can use and effectively use storytelling, telling that story as a part of your company's success. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to bring in my guest, Miss Monica Bounds. And she is a walking success story. And she's going to share some of what she does, and kind of keep this theme going about storytelling. She brings some talents and some skills and some components that can help you succeed in telling your story. So what I want you to do, hang on for a moment. We're going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'll be joined on the stage with Miss Monica Bounds. So don't go anywhere. Hang on for a second. Welcome back. This is the Marketing Pulpit Show. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host. I'm here every Friday, 10:30 a.m., bringing the good marketing gospel as I have done for the past 15 years. As I mentioned earlier, I am the president and CEO of Gatewood Marketing and Web. I'm an author. I've written 3 books. I'm an adjunct professor, government contractor, subcontractor for the SBA, doing that for many years. I have my hand in more pies than Miss Smith. But man, you have to do that nowadays, though. Is anybody out there doing one job anymore? Nobody I know. I'm sorry. Used to be. Remember the old days, you get one job, overhauls, and go out there and work the fields or work in the factory or go teach school. You came home, fixed dinner, watched Bonanza, and went to bed. Those days are gone. You better find you some other thing to do if you want to be financially free. It's a different day. Anyway, let me get off this soapbox. Let me bring up my guest. I sit here and talk you all to death. But I got a smart guest over here in the waiting room. Let me get her on the stage here.
Hi there. How are you?
I am so good. So good to see you this morning.
It is good to see you too.
Great. I was sitting over here yapping at the mouth and telling folks about all these jobs people have to have nowadays. And I bet you have a job or two.
You're saying all the right things. It's multi-hyphenated entrepreneur. So we've got our hands in a lot of different things. So I hear you.
Do you know anybody with one job? I'm trying to think. Do I know anybody?
I don't. What is that? It's one stream of income is hazardous to your health and your wealth. So it is about more than one stream of income. Absolutely.
Well, let's help us out and let the audience know about you and your storied past and what brings you onto this platform today. Just give us a brief introduction of yourself.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. I'm Monica Bounds. I am the founder of Monica's Premier Voiceovers. I like to say premier. I am a professional and passionate voiceover artist. And what that is like you mentioned earlier in your segment about branding, it's about bringing those stories and messages to life. So whether that's commercial, if it's promo, if it's narration, corporate narration, if you will, phone greetings, all of those things, right? That's all a part of your branding, all a part of your messaging. And that's what I do. I collaborate with business owners to tell their story.
And when you say now this is my suspicion, most companies and business owners don't realize what a good story they have. They're just sitting on a gold mine.
Sitting on a gold mine. You're so right. People want to know your story and your why, right? And why people do business with you. That's a part of your story. I was listening to you, and you were saying all the things that we teach at Prince George's Community College, right? And adjunct. I'll get to that in just a second. But all of those things that you mentioned are so important for business owners to share their story, their why. People want to know that message. And so, yeah, it's important.
Speaking of Prince George, tell us how you met, how we happened to meet.
So
these degrees of separation, people just bumping each other and
yeah, we met, it's been over a decade ago. So it was at Prince George's Community College, and I took your class. So I was actually a student first, and then started teaching at the class. So adjunct there. And congratulations to you, because you've been there, what, like 25 years?
25-year club.
Yeah. So that is such a major milestone. So congratulations to you on that. And so we're in the business and entrepreneurship department there teaching. And I love being able to share with students, because a lot of the things that you mentioned, those are exactly the things that we share about your branding and your story and why all of that matters. And so I'm so passionate about being able to tell businesses stories. And so, we were on the Ask the Experts, that small business panel. And so it's really been a great way of giving back to the community, the students. And so, yeah, we got a little history there too.
Well, I like the part you said also about giving back. And that's another one of the foundational aspects of my success story is that I believe in giving back and taking all this information in just for your own personal benefit. I mean, I think it's kind of selfish. So I think what we have to do is to find ways to channel that information and resources back. It doesn't mean you have to always go out and hand people dollar bills and things like that. But if you have time and expertise and you're willing to share that back to the community, because I'll tell this in a minute, Monica. I'm not doing it for the money at the college. I really am not. I mean, if I was doing it for the money, I'd have starved to death. I mean, it's a nice little check goes into my direct deposit I don't even know when it goes in there. Every now and then I have to go in there. Did anybody pay me some money this month? But my point is, it's kind of like one of those things about business. You have to have a reason to do it other than the money.
Absolutely.
And if you do that, the money will come. And so you get to a certain point in your life where you become a self-actualized and you say, I'm doing this for things other than the money. That's part of that giving back. You know, we've I'm at that age now, probably old enough to be your pop. I'm just messing up. But I've been around a while. Let's talk about
season.
Hey, I meant that. Yes. Hey, see? From an expert, from the mouth of an expert. Now, what made you to get in this voiceover business? I'm curious.
Yeah. So I love storytelling, and I was always that person in corporate spaces. When new hires came, they're like, hey, can you do the voice greeting for us? You know, the business is going to be closed. Can you do the voice greeting for us? Can you do the training, right? And so I was always tapped for those type of projects. But, you know, again, kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier, I love storytelling. And so it's a chance to really get to share, you know, with your audience what that message is. And, you know, the other thing too is that this was also a dream of my sister's. And unfortunately, my sister passed away, but, you know, we're now together carrying on this legacy, and it's so important to me, so vital. She had an amazing voice too, and so I feel like, you know, we're here kind of on this voiceover journey together. But yeah, I was always that person that they tapped, and it's not just about having a good voice. There's, you know, some work that goes along with that, right, behind the scenes. But yeah, that's kind of my journey there.
Well, speaking of stories, you have quite a story yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
I love those kind of stories. Your sister and you all coming together. Now both you have these amazing voices. Now you're turning into a passion, not just a money making machine, but a way to really provide your gift to the community.
Yeah.
And small businesses. And these small businesses need all the help they can get. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. It's about collaboration. It's about partnership, right? We need each other. It's about community. And so, you know, going back to what we had mentioned earlier, it's that way of giving back. And so I'm glad to be able to do it.
Now, you know, everybody now is talking about AI. It's like, why do I need Monica? I can go into Chat GPT or whatever tool they use. I mean, probably not. I know Chat GPT does go, but there's a lot of apps out here that can send Synthesia and some of these other apps that they can actually replicate. So now, what I'm just going to preface this. When I first, people ask me always, is AI going to put you out of business? I'm like, man, are you kidding? It's the best thing ever happened. It's like bread, as far as I'm concerned. It's how you use it. It's how you use it and how you look at it. So how does AI impact you and your industry?
Yeah, and you mentioned the key thing there. It's how do you use it, right? And so, of course, there's all this, you know, talk and chatter, and especially in the communities that I'm in with voiceover artists, we believe it's about that human touch, right? That human connection. That's always going to be important. And so having that voice that's relatable, that's genuine, that's personality behind it, the human side of it, that piece isn't going to go away. And so when you think about, you know, business, yeah, we're moving into, you know, new territories here, but also at the same time, I think that human element is so key. And people still want that. It resonates with people because, they want to do business with someone they know, like, and trust, right? And so yeah, I think that although it's there, like you said, it's how we use it, and I think people are still going to want that human element behind it.
Well, you're exactly right, Monica, because like I said, my experience is that people that want voiceover, or in my case, they want marketing services, there's a large audience that really don't even touch AI. They don't even know how it works. They're scared of it. They think it's voodoo. And so if you close up your shop because you feel like AI is going to put a hamper in your business, you need to talk to a marketing person like myself, because we can work our way around that. What you do, and which is what I do, you take this and look at it as a tool. So you use your, like you said, your storytelling, your personality, your brand. That's not going to change.
Not going to change.
You take that AI and use it to enhance, to help promote and expand on what you're already doing.
Absolutely.
So I'm not afraid of AI. I say, bring it on.
I'm not either.
Bring it on.
Let's bring it on.
Monica and Gatewood are not afraid of AI.
We are not.
No, it's a tool.
We're standing 10 toes down, as they say, right?
Well, it's like when I first got into web business, that's a large component of the service that we offer. Everybody said, well, you can get a website now with you can AI, you got this technology, they got these do-it-yourself sites. I have not lost one step because, and this is advice to anyone under the sound of my voice, be true to yourself, stay on purpose, resonate with your audience, and let that technology, whether it's digital technology, whether it's AI or whatever, use that tool to expand your service and make it more efficient, but never lose the authenticity.
Yeah. And you hit on some really key points there, right? It's about expanding. It's about pivoting too. And it's about reinventing ourselves, right? We never want to stay stagnant. And so, again, how can we enhance ourselves? How can we build upon our brand, our business? And so, we're just navigating this journey together. So you made some really key points there.
Well, thank you, Monica. Well, let me ask you this. Now, I'm convinced you got the right stuff, but what does, to somebody who's not familiar with you, somebody who may be looking to somebody to provide your type of services, I like to call it the USP, not the UPS, that's the guys in the brown trucks, the USP, the unique selling position.
Yeah.
And I have to put that question to everyone because I put it to myself constantly. I say my unique selling position is that we're going to give you service like nobody else. We're going to smile when others will frown. We're going to refund when others are going to sit there and argue with you. We're going to guarantee when everybody else is afraid to. Service is mine. What is that makes your service? Why would somebody come to you when there are other services out there and you have AI? Why would I come to Monica?
Yeah, and so again, you have hit on all the things there. As a multi-hyphenated entrepreneur, it's about the customer service, right? Why do people keep coming back for more? And I always tell this to the students in class. I tell it to myself too all the time. The customers are your word of mouth promotion. Yes. And so you have to be able to not only have that product, but you've got to have that customer service behind it, kind of backing it up. And so, I want to make sure that when people are coming to me, that their story is memorable, it's impactful, I'm able to help them, to carve out that voice, that authenticity. Those are all things that are very, very important. And so I believe that is my unique selling proposition. But you're right. No one wants to kind of go back and forth with regard to, customer service. And so, I want to make sure it's all the things when you come over here that you're going to have, an excellent customer service experience. We're easy to work with, collaborative. And so those I really feel are, some of my unique selling propositions.
Well, those are good ones.
Or unique selling positions. Mm-hmm.
Those are good ones. Those are the ones that are near and dear to my heart. And like I say, I can go out here and find on most of the services that I use. I mean, there's a dozen people doing the exact same thing, sometimes in your same building.
Yeah.
And it comes down to which one can I, like you say, collaborate with. They're
Yep,
not just a vendor; they are part of my network of collaborators. and,
absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
yeah, go ahead, Monica.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It's about collaboration. It's about community. And people want to, feel good when they experience your business, right? Like it's what do they get when you show up? And so, I used to have this mentor that would always say, and we know we don't have control over the weather, but she was like, when you're in these environments, when you come into a room, what are people getting when you walk in there? Are they getting gloom and doom? Someone, all, the weather's cloudy. Is it sunshine? Is it happy? And so, those are some of the things that I really, really, kind of think about too as it relates to business.
Well, that positive energy is infectious. It spreads around. Like you said, we have
Absolutely.
enough challenges and problems out here without somebody,
Yes.
your
Yes.
suppliers and vendors coming to you with gloom and doom. So is that so that's why our journeys are kind of running parallels. Like you say,
Yeah.
we both have some things in common. These are like some of the hallmarks of success. You
Yes.
give back, you collect, you aggregate this knowledge through experience, through certifications, through going to school. You share it, you turn it into a business because it's your passion. People start paying you money for it, and you feel like, well, I would have done it for free, but well, I do have to eat, so I might as well get paid for something I like doing. so, and so, and I really like like I said, the fact that we are adjunct professors, co-adjunct professors at
Yes.
Prince George's College, which is a very popular school now. I think when President Obama came back there a few years ago, it put them on the map, and they have grown, and the curriculum has grown, and now have been.
Yes.
I was honored and that me and Dr. King, Dr. Reginald King, and myself, we actually we put together this digital marketing program, and I'm in the midst of teaching students. I'm teaching teenagers
Amazing.
digital marketing this summer. So I started on July 1st, and I'm going to run right up into August.
Wow.
Next Tuesday, I'm going to be teaching email marketing. This week, we talked about Google Analytics and search. And so I'm glad that there's a platform, there's an opportunity, like the college that we have in common, to reach
Yeah.
out to people. We're marketers, we're business owners, we provide
Hmm.
service, but there's more to life than that. We've got to build the next generation of business owners. And so
Absolutely.
what I'm trying to do, and I'm glad you're on this journey with me, we have
Hmm.
to give back, we have to educate, we have to bring along, we have to look back at our young people, look at some of the challenges they face,
Right.
and realize once again, it's not always about making a buck. If you do the right thing, do it at the right time, and do it right, the money will come. Let me give you the last word, Monica.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. It's about impact, right? You've mentioned some of those things and, giving back. And I love being able to share with the students because it's really like a big demographic that we reach, right? In terms of, age, race, everything. And so I really enjoy the opportunity to be able to, teach at the college. I'm so glad our paths crossed, me being a student there first. And so you never know, where it's going to take you and where you're going to end up. And I always share with the students too, hey, I was once in that chair. As a student, and then look at me right now. I'm an adjunct here. I get a chance to share, give back in this way, and so I'm so glad to have this opportunity and have been afforded this opportunity.
Well, you are the poster child of how it's supposed to work. You came as a student under
As
my
a
tutelage
student,
at the college, and
yep,
look, a few years later, you're there teaching yourself.
I'm,
You come and
I'm
teach.
there. I'm
I mean,
there teaching myself. Talk about divine alignment and assignment and exactly where I'm supposed to be.
well,
Yeah.
thank you. Well, I want to thank you. I'm going to continue to support you and wish you well on your journey.
Thank
Anything I
you.
can do to help make your load easier or to add to it, you're part of the
Yeah.
network. You're part of the Marketing Pulpit family now. Don't
Yeah.
be a stranger. Share this information. Let others know about the show. And I'm sure I'm going to bump into you over to college.
You will bump into me there at the college. I know they've been talking about some updated dates here soon for things. But yeah, people can reach me at Monica's Premier Voiceovers on my website. You can email me. There's contact information there. Would definitely love to stay connected with the audience too.
I'm gonna log out here for a minute. If you would be so kind, I'm not sure if you have the access, but just put your information on the. You can put it in the chat.
Yeah.
On one of the platforms, and we'll be glad to share your information with our audience. And I'd love to be able to share your information so others can find out more about you, learn more about your journey, the amazing services that you offer, and let them show their appreciation to you for being a successful business owner with whose heart is in the right place. And you deserve to be rewarded and acknowledged. So thank you again, Monica. And I will see you in college, and we'll have you back on the show in the future. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. It was good to see you again.
Thank you. My pleasure. Folks, that was Monica Bounds. She is a very talented young lady. She was one of my students at the college, and now she's also an adjunct professor as well. She has a company specializing in voiceovers, and she's going to share her information on the social media platforms. I'll go ahead and share it also. Let me see if she put it up here in the chat. Let me pop it into our so that you may get her information if you want to reach out to her. Let me pop it on our screen here. And also, don't forget to, let me see some of the comments coming in on the show here. We see Gerald Brown, Brother Brown, the greatest plumber in town. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Brown. I see Christy Walker. Thank you, Christy. Thanks for all your kind words. Thank you. And all the other people tuning in from our various platforms. I see people tuning in from LinkedIn. I see people tuning in. I just put Monica's contact information in the feed, so you should be able to get that on the different platforms. I see people from all over tuning in, and we'll be back next week on the Marketing Pulpit. We're going to have another exciting topic. Also, if you're in the DC area, don't forget to join us at our First Friday networking events on the first Friday of every month. So go to your calendar, go to the website, Marketing Pulpit. You'll see a banner. Just click on that banner, come on out. I'll be there. Miss Bernadette Clay will be there. Food, parking, networking. It's a wonderful time. Something you don't want to miss. There's no fee. So that's our First Friday networking event. You can go to marketingpulpit.com and find out more about the show and find out more about the upcoming event. And if you're in the DC area, come on out. And thank you again, Christy, for your kind words. And that's going to wrap it up for today. I'm Robert Gatewood, your host, and we are here every week at 10:30 a.m. bringing you the good marketing gospel. And as I say in every show, I've been saying it so long now, and it's so true. It is timeless, and every day I walk this earth, it's being confirmed. If you want to be successful, you have to do these three things. Do the right thing, do it at the right time, and you must do it right. Now, enough talk. Let's get to work.